Hi, it's a real nuisance when the chain comes off the flywheel of your bike. It always happens when you least want it. There are many sites that give advice on derailleur chain problems. Most advise that adjusting the limit screws will solve the chain jumping problem. I have found that the chain can still jump off the outside of the freewheel on my bike, even when a new freewheel, new chain and limit screws are correctly set. The first thing you should do is set the limit screws. One screw will set the inner or largest gear limit and the other will set the outer or smallest gear limit. This is quite easy to do with a small screwdriver, but in my case it was not a solution to the problem. So what's the problem and can it be fixed permanently? The problem arises because there's a gap between gear 6 and the bike frame into which the chain can drop. Why does the limit screw not stop the chain jumping into the gap? Well, what seems to go wrong is that if you change from gear 4 to gear 6 rapidly, and if the bike wheel hits a bump at the same time, the chain can have too much momentum and will just keep on going and jump into the gap. There's no gap inside gear 1, where there's a plastic shield taking up the space, so there's no problem at that end. To get rid of the gap, I used a piece of black plastic pipe. The gap was just over 7 millimeters, and the pipe was cut with a hacksaw as shown on the left. The pipe is held in place on the bike with insulating tape and garden wire, and it works really well. In Ireland this type of pipe is called Hydrodare or Waven pipe, but any low density polythene pipe should be suitable.